Hey guys, it's Chelsea with Austin Underground. I am sitting here with Aubrie Sellers. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. You just got here, right? Just a little bit ago?
Yep, I did, yeah, and I just ate and then ran over here, so I hope I don't have food in my teeth.
Oh no, you're great, you're great. So first things first, you re-released yesterday your album.
Yep.
What's the difference between this release as opposed to the first one?
So originally I'd released the album independently on my own in January, and I signed with Warner Brothers, and so Warner Brothers re-released it yesterday, and there's 2 bonus tracks on there, a cover of the Beach Boys and a cover of the Zombies. And they were originally only on the vinyl, and now they're available everywhere on digital and, you know, the CD and all of that. And so basically it's just a bigger launch, you know, with a label now, and it's exciting. Going to radio for the first time, country radio, so a lot of stuff's happening that didn't happen the first time.
Yeah. And you're doing a radio tour, or have you already done the radio tour?
I'm in the middle of it. I am on week 8. This is the last week, and I haven't been home at all. I went home one day to play Americana Fest, and I was there that day, and then I hit the road again.
What's your favorite and least favorite part about radio tour?
You know, just being away from home would be probably the hardest part of it. You know, I have 2 cats at home, and I'm a homebody, so that would be the hardest part of it. But it's been great, and you know, it's exciting to have that outlet for your music for the first time. So it's been exciting at the same time.
What are the name of your cats?
Lainey and Luna. They are 2 girls I rescued from a shelter. I walked into the shelter, and they were like in the middle of the little cages or whatever, and they were 2 sisters, and they're white, and one's really fluffy and one's not fluffy, but they look alike. Oh my god, and they have blue eyes.
That sounds really pretty,
They
actually.
are really pretty.
Cool. Okay, so you have described your sound in the past as garage country, and I love that. But what exactly is that?
Yeah, so garage country, you know, people ask you to describe your music, and I would say country, and it doesn't really, you know, explain what's different about it. And so I'm very rock influenced, and my record is all electric. And so I'm just as influenced by George Jones as I am Led Zeppelin. And so garage describes the trashy drums and the electric guitar and all the grittiness that is a little bit different than most country records.
Yeah, I think country too, just in general, maybe even just, I just think that there's many genres within country, and so I think the grimy and gritty garage sounds perfect for that kind of sound.
Thank you. Yeah, right now it's, you know, there's always trends every decade. You know, the trends change in country, and it's getting really diverse now, and I think that a lot of stuff is more pop leaning, and this is definitely the other way. It's a little more edgy, a little raw, and so it offers something for people who like me, kind of like that stuff.
Yeah. And you said you like to push buttons, which I think is really great, but also really interesting considering being a female country artist, and then just, you know, having a big voice and coming from the background that you have. Do you find that you feel a lot of pressure from all those different, you know, places, people judging you just for being an artist, and then judging you for being a woman, and, you know, having your mom be, you know, everyone like that? Do you feel pressure?
I think so. You know, I did grow up in a family that has successful musicians, and there was pressure there to live up to that. And then, you know, people forget that their opinions are subjective sometimes. So there's that. But, you know, I think the best thing you can do as an artist is stick to your guns and not follow trends, and always be true to yourself. And country artists who have done that in the past, Steve Earle, Dwight Yoakam, you know, they've still got careers now, and they're still making great music. And if you can have that kind of career, you're good. So I think the best thing to do is to shut all that out and you know, focus on the music, which is why I released independently in the first place. And now I've found some label that's willing to kind of believe in what I've already done, and so that's pretty amazing.
Do you do a bulk of the songwriting yourself, or?
Yep, there's 14 songs on the record, and I wrote all of them, either by myself or co-wrote some of them, you know. And the recording process is really organic for me, because production is kind of like part of my songwriting for me. Production is I love it. So when I'm writing a song, I'm thinking about how I want it to sound, and so all of that ties in together. And I never thought I would write all the songs on my record, but I did, and I think now I can't imagine not doing that, you know?
Yeah, were you nervous about releasing it since you did write all of them?
I think there's an extra pressure, especially when you write a song by yourself. Is anyone going to connect to this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and so definitely there's a little bit of that, but I think it's just like I was saying earlier, at the end of the day, if you believe in it, then you got to put it out there and get it out there and see what other people think.
So you just re-released. Are you working on anything new, or anything in the future that maybe you haven't really?
Yeah, I just recorded a song for a soundtrack, and I'm doing things like that, and I am always writing and writing down little, everything I write comes from real life, so I write down little ideas that I have constantly, and I have a lot of songs that I've been writing too, since I started writing this record in 2012, and recording in 2013. So, I have a lot of songs since then that I'm ready, and I am ready to go, and I'm going to go in soon, I think, and just mess around. It's not time at all to put out a new record. I just put this one out. but it's, for me, as a musician and a writer, I have to get in there and do something. It feeds me creatively, so I'll be working on stuff.
Cool. So I noticed you are doing a CMT Snapchat takeover type of thing. Are you a big Snapchat fan?
I'm an inconsistent Snapchatter, to be honest. Like, I do like it. I'll do it. If I do it, I'll do a bunch in one day, and then I won't do it for a week. You know what I mean? Yes. I do. I love Snapchat. I just don't have time all the time to do it constantly, but it is fun, and it's probably one of my Snapchat and Instagram are my favorite social media.
Do you have a favorite filter that you like to always, your go-to filter?
Do you know the filter that makes your face look big and it makes your mouth look like down? Yeah, that's my favorite one, and I do that, and then I change the voice.
I love the voice.
Yeah.
Yes. I think a lot of people like the ones that make you look the ugliest for some reason. They're the best ones.
Yeah, they're funny. I know, and if you do a funny voice and you slow it down, it's like comedy gold.
Yes, it really is. They just set it up for you, you know. So do you have anything you want to tell listeners or new listeners who maybe haven't listened to your music before? So, traditional country music fans.
Right. So, I think for me and, growing up in our generation, we've been exposed to so many different kinds of music, and, I listen to rock, and I listen to blues, and I listen to country, and I think that there are other people like me who also did that, and so I think there's something for everybody in this record. And go listen to it. You might like some of it. There's 14 songs and none of them are the same, but they do all fit together, and they do have that garage country sound. If you like energy and you like rock and country, I think you'll like it. It's called New City Blues, by the way.
Yes, New City Blues, re-released yesterday, and it's great. Thank you so much. It was really nice meeting you.
Thank you.